Hello, Likers. Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your fave, your one and only, your baby girl, Malika. So, Likers, we are doing a critical review of Mr. Aloy series, When Marriage Becomes a Nightmare, episode 33. So, it starts with we all know that Teresa had an incident, where she was pushed and she was hospitalized. And guys, imagine, like all we expected, this guy never showed up at the hospital. Nothing, and now after Clara has done everything for her sister and took her sister to her place, she's insisting on returning to Jonathan's house. Like sometimes I don't know if Clara's family are from hell. Like it's as if they came from hell to destroy her. Her excuse is more of like she doesn't want to be there because she's staying at Clara's place. It will look more like she's taking side with Clara. So when you stay at Jonathan's place, what will it look more like? It look more like you're taking side with Jonathan? So Clara even tried to make her understand that no, you can stay here. That how can somebody make you have an accident that if I didn't intervene you would have died, and you want to return to that house? And she's ready to go there. you know and now Benny is even shocked. Benny, who is a child, is shocked because to her, what is her aunt talking about? So Benny is just making her mother understand that I think it will be best for you to let her be. If she says that she wants to return, that let her go there. It is only hunger that will buy her. Hunger will finish her because there's no food in that house. It's only Ijebu Gary, my favorite Gary, that they are drinking in that house. you know but despite that, what's her name, Teresa says she still wants to go. She doesn't mind, that she came to fix this marriage and she will fix it. So she definitely staying by Clara's place is not going to help matter. So that was her reason. I understand her. She's family oriented. But now something she needs to understand is that you could be family oriented, but you cannot impose things on people. Because Clara is like fighting for her mental health. Because if her mental health is not okay, she will not even have the energy to do the business that she is doing. you know so what she's trying to make Teresa understand is that Teresa can go and live there if she wants to, but as for her, she should not impose that on her. Because she as a person, excuse me, she has the right to decide what is best for her, and what's best for her is not returning to her matrimonial home right now. It is staying where she is at the moment, because right there she's at peace. Yes, even though her daughter is not with her daughter is with her father right now, but she is at peace. You understand? And Benny was very happy when she was so, like, you could see in her eyes, she was so proud of her mother, because for once her mother is taking a stand. Yes, Clara was more like, you will not tell me what to do. And even Benny has noticed that her father prefers to listen to people like a maker rather than listen to people like what's his name, Kenny. you know and yes, it's true, the way she put her thing, she was disrespectful. She was not supposed to call him by his name, Emeka. She was supposed to call him Uncle Emeka, which is normal, but she didn't care, because at some point people also get angry. And her mother didn't like that, because her attitude reflects on her. Her character reflects on the way she raised her, and people always turn out to blame her, saying that she is misbehaving based on the way her mother raised her. And she was right about that. So, but Teresa was like, she was not get like she didn't care about this mother and daughter bonding. All she wanted to do was to go to this girl, to go to Jonathan's house. That was what mattered to her the most. And Clara couldn't believe her eyes, because to her, why would you even want to return to that home? So the next scene shows Clara, Teresa, and Benny, who return back home. And Jonathan was fuming, just coming from nowhere. Just started wondering, why was Clara there? Are you stupid? Are you not? So, like, let me ask this: how was Teresa managed to leave the hospital to the house if Clara didn't go there to get her after paying for her hospital bills? So he's like, this is something I don't understand. This man is a man when it comes to arguing space. a space that he didn't pay rent for. But this man, when it comes to paying bills, he's not a man. No, he's not a man. No, 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 no. He's not a man. He's just a passerby, you know. So now he's to him it's more like he knows that Clara wants to come back. Clara should just beg rather than be doing corner stuff, you know. That he's certain that Clara wants to come back, but for Clara to return back, Clara will have to apologize. You see a woman that is making her money, you're not adding into her life. See, some people should be honest with themselves. If you're not a plus in somebody's life, don't feel like that person needs you so much. Yeah, it's true, we all need each other. You know, why do we need each other? So that people can be a plus in our lives. You understand? People can compliment us. But if you're there, a man, you're just a man. Because right now he's just a man. Because he has a bola. You understand? You cannot take care of your family. You cannot pay bills. You cannot even pay rent. Nothing. You don't want to look for a job. But you are a man. Your wife should feed you. You know, like, this is crazy. You're depending on your wife, but you're calling yourself a man. You have to call yourself your wife's son. That's very simple. Yes, I am sorry, I might hurt some people's feelings, but this is the truth. You understand? Because at this point, Clara does not need this man at all. Clara does not need him one bit. That's for sure. You know, truth be told, he is not needed. Yes, because it is obvious, because Clara made him to understand that you keep saying I should leave your house. How can you? This woman was the one who paid the rent of that house. But this man, every little thing, leave my house, leave my house, leave my house. How can you ask the person who paid the rent for, like, to put the roof over your head, to leave your house? What house? Because if they want to check properly, if this woman decides to throw you out, you will not even have anywhere to stay, because Emeka will not keep you in his house. At the end of the day, even that Kenny, you know, who is saying that he has had enough, will be forced to take you back. Yes, that's the only person that will be able to keep you in his home, because someone like Emeka will vanish, you know. So they made all those noise. Clara got pissed and she had to leave. Even the Jonathan had to leave. And Benny is just making her aunt understand that she should know that if she decided to stay in that house, hunger will be her next companion. Like, as I don't want to laugh. I don't know why a grown woman like her who leave the village, you know, because she doesn't even have a place to stay. She stay in the village to come and fix a situation that you don't even have a place to stay. The next thing shows Benny, who went to the kitchen, you know, to get some water to drink, and then her father comes harassing her. You know, the fact that her mother is like, she walked in with her mother, you know. So her father, this man boldly sat there and believed this girl that she was at odds with her mother. Okay, let's assume that she was at odds with her mother. Her mother was the one who paid for her school gig. You know, her mother has been doing things for her. So she should keep on being at odds with her mother just to make her father happy. And I was glad, because she made her father understand that I cannot like chase my destiny helper away. This girl is a demon, I saw. And Jonathan was shocked. Like, Jonathan was like, what? Yes, it makes sense. Her mother is her helper. Her mother is the one giving her money for schools. Her mother is the one feeding her everything. Why would she be at odds with her mother? This girl planned everything with her mom. Why would she be at odds? So she's telling her father that you better go and fix things with my mother, because as for me, as it stands here, I cannot jeopardize my relationship. If you want to, you don't want me to, you want me to be at odds with my mother. It's very simple. Provide my needs. You cannot provide my needs. The person that can provide my needs, you want me to turn away from that person. It's not possible. And I like that. You know, I like that. She made her mother to understand that almost she cannot, like, it's not happening. She's not going to turn her back, you know, on her mother, because her mother is her destiny helper. So her father, to her father, she's trampling on his pride. And that is the only thing this man has, his pride. You know, you have your pride. That's the only thing you're boasting around with. Will your child eat your pride? Is that what she's going to eat? That pride that you have? The next thing shows Jonathan and Teresa in the morning having a Ijebu Gari, banana, groundnut and salt. They are sipping gari, eba. They are sipping gari. Let me not call it eba. It'll be like swallow. That is what they are sipping for breakfast, and that is what this child has to sip before going to school. You know. And now, if she wants to talk, that's why she keeps telling her father, "You better go and beg." Because what is this nonsense? What is this? And her father expects her to eat it. Now, when she says it's not possible, she cannot, because how can you ask a child to sip gari in the morning when that child, her mother, owns a multi-million naira restaurant? Even if it's me, I will never do that rubbish. Who is doing that with our money? Maybe 50K in my account. Am I mad? What is wrong with me? So to her father, she's being arrogant. And that's why she's asking her father that you don't want me to be at you want me to be at odds with my mother, but the simplest things in life for you to do, as to take care of me, feed me, you cannot. I'm not even asking for a lunch box, to take to school to eat for during lunch. But and Teresa is there, she does not see anything wrong with it. Teresa is asking her to eat it because that is what they have. So because it is what they have, she needs to have it. They don't care about her tummy. Like, for how long is she going to sip gari? Yes, for how long? This Teresa herself, I don't know who is she. This woman, I don't think she likes her sister, because what she was supposed to be doing was to telling Jonathan to go get a job, a decent job. How can a grown man, a father figure, calls himself a father figure, a husband material, 1,000 years? This is what this type of men will say, they are husband material. You sit at home morning to night, you cannot go and look for a job. And Teresa is there. And he's a narcissist, always look for who to blame. And now he's making Teresa like, you see, look at what I've been telling you, my child is disrespecting me. Why can't you tell him the truth? Why can't you tell him that, you know what? I think it's high time you go and look for a job. Go get a job so that you can take care of your family. So that I cannot lie to people. God knew when he put in that Bible that a man that cannot take care of his family is worse than an infidel. Because I know people will be saying that there are some women that disrespect their husbands when they are down. It is in cases like this, when the man is down, he does not want to put himself down to look for something better to do. He wants to be jumping from pillar to post. He wants to be jumping up and down with useless friends like a maker, rather than put himself together and bounce back with a supportive wife like that woman. No, pride will not let him, and you expect a woman to persevere. The next thing shows baby girl Benny, like she was having her fried rice and chicken. It looks like Nigerian fried rice, not Chinese fried rice. I prefer Chinese fried rice though. Like, and that was a hungry man, broke as father, husband, coming downstairs as soon as he saw that fried rice, like as Jesus Christ of Nazareth. See, Omo, if you see how this guy, it was as if, I wish I could use the video here before Mr. Aloy will carry me and throw in China. You could see the excitement on his face. To him, like, it was more like his daughter has cooked. Omo, he has to eat. How can you be like celebrating eating? You're salivating to eat food that you did not provide for with all the mouth that you have. Because if you're even broke like this, like you're a broke ass father that cannot take care of your family, even be humble. Stay humble. No, pride will not let him. He went in and came out to join his daughter to eat the food, but almost baby girl has disappeared with her food. She didn't want to share with her father. Now he's running upstairs to go and meet her. The next thing shows baby girl Benita enjoying her food in her bedroom, and her father is there knocking, asking her to open the door so that he can. Is this not? Tell me why this girl will not embarrass her father, guys. Please tell me. Tell me why this girl will not take her father and joke with him. And it's even barking like a dog, saying that food is not for her alone. And she's there treating her father like a child, making her father knows that this food came from her mother's money, from her mother's restaurant. And to her father, that's a more reason why she cannot eat. So you want to eat Hanks's money, the same Hanks that you had a decent job where like above your pay raise, but still he took you there to work so that he will pay, so that you will not be a nuisance to your family. The next thing shows Emeka and Debbie plotting, because to Debbie, Benny is becoming very dangerous, because right now Benny has, like, it's like she's 90% certain that Debbie had something to do with that text message that was sent to Hanks. Yeah, she is certain. And now Debbie is not happy with the fact that Benny told her mother in her presence, accused her in her mother's presence and her aunt, and now she might as well tell Hanks. And they already know that anything that reaches Hanks, with his money, his influence, he's going to destroy them. He will dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. And their biggest fear, might be the fact that he might find out that it was them, and the problem begins. So now they have to look for means to silence her once and for all, because to them she's becoming too dangerous for their liking. Is this not wickedness? Is this not witchcraft? Is this not witchcraft? And Emeka is there. Emeka is like, yeah, to Emeka, they should do something about it, because they should just render her useless once and for all. Like, they have, to them, it's two options. It's either they buy her once and for all, or they render her useless, maybe with colos, so that she'll just go off once and for all. And you call yourself a friend. This is your friend's child. This is supposedly, according to you, your best friend's child. And you want to render her useless because you don't want people to find out a crime that you people consciously committed. This is crazy. The next thing shows Jonathan's mother, at home, watching TV while waiting for her son. And Jonathan walks in, he's exhausted, and we know Jonathan has been going through a lot lately. He's going through a lot based on the fact that because of anger and frustration, he's unable to see Clara. And Clara is that woman that he loves so much. He's depressed. He's very emotional. Things are not okay with him. He's not happy because he's not seeing his woman. And his mother, mothers always know best. His mother knows very well that he is down emotionally. She knows, she knows that he's not okay. But in as much as he tries to hide it, and now then he told his mother, he made his mother to know that Clara has left her marriage, and that all is not well in paradise. So her mother, we always know that Jonathan's mother will always tell Jonathan the truth, that he needs to be careful, because yes, Clara might have left the marriage, but it doesn't mean that Jonathan is over, And the fact still remains that Jonathan will always want to get back with Clara, and people will always look at it like in a different light. People will always feel like Clara left because of him. So at this point, he has to be careful, and he's also stressing about the fact that he has not heard from his PI, for a while. Whereas he's the one doing the investigations, he hasn't heard anything. So a lot is just going on with him. He's really stressed out and all the rest. Like us, we'll have to end this video here. There's something I'm wondering, but we need to tell ourselves the truth. Like us, I cannot lie to you people. They say nobody can predict the future, but you see a man like Jonathan, women should not marry men like that. Yes, because the honest truth is, a man like Jonathan will always be a jealous person. Yes, because there are people that they are salty when things are not going well for them. Because I don't see the reason why a man will even tell his wife, I don't want you to work. I don't want you to do anything. You understand? Just sit at home, be a housewife, and take care of her child. Housewife to what? A housewife that you can even hire a nanny, a cook, anything. Like us, you know what? We should always do what is best for us. We should protect our mental health. I'll always say this. I'll always advocate for mental health. Protect your mental health against everything. Marriage is not the end of the world, and it doesn't take anybody to heaven. On this note, I'll have to say